Well, as the tradition continues, Prime Minister Narendra Modi once again is celebrating Deepavali with the Jawans. And today he is in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh, where pictures that are also being shared on part of the Prime Minister's handle there on the social media platform X, as Prime Minister Modi says that he has reached Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with our brave security forces. And this is a tradition ever since the Prime Minister assumed office in 2014. Without fail, he has in continuation been celebrating every Deepavali with the soldiers there. COVID or no COVID, he's been there with the security forces, boosting their morale. And this time around in Deepavali 2023, Pragya, Prime Minister is again with the Jawans, celebrating the Festival of Lights with the Jawans in Lepcha, Himachal Pradesh.
Absolutely, and this is in continuation of the tradition that Prime Minister is doing every Diwali. Ever since he has taken over as Prime Minister, since 2014, he has been making it a tradition to spend Diwali with personnel of the Indian Armed Forces, and this is what he also did in 2016 when he visited Himachal Pradesh, Sumdo. He had, at that time, he had interacted with the personnel of ITBP, and also they were deployed at India-China border. So Prime Minister has been making this very, a very particular statement that the political forces, in fact, of the country are with our Indian Armed Forces, and they obviously interact with them. And as a Prime Minister, he always spends Diwali with them, because these are the people who are posted in far-flung areas, away from their homes, away from the people they love, their families, and they're celebrating their Diwali with them. So Prime Minister also make it a point when he goes there to say that I'm with you, you are my family, and this is why I'm spending Diwali with you. This particular gesture has been very popular with the Indian Armed Forces, and it has also struck a chord with them. And this is what Prime Minister intend to do. In fact, ever since in 2014, he has maintained this, and he has visited Jammu and Kashmir, the border areas. He has visited Punjab war memorials in the past on various, during Diwali, and he has also visited Himachal in 2016. This is his second visit to Himachal on Diwali, and this resonates with the Indian Armed Forces. It also boosts morale of the people, and they also don't feel that they're away from the families. So Prime Minister has ensured and is ensuring every year that he celebrates this Diwali, every Diwali, with the Indian Armed Forces personnel.
And that too also during the peak of the COVID wave. We've seen them there coming and meeting the Jawans in Naushera. I mean, Pragya, right from Siachen to Kargil, it seems that boosting the morale of our Jawans is something that the Prime Minister has been sticking with his tradition. But this is something only when he reaches there, that when we come to know that where he is to meet the Jawans.
Absolutely, this is a very confidential visit, because his itinerary and his wherever he is going is also remain confidential because of the security reasons. But this is given for a fact. We were told, in fact, by the sources that he is definitely going to spend it with Jawan, but where the location was not told. But when he reaches, then everyone gets to know where he is going to celebrate the Diwali. Obviously, in 2020, he didn't break away from the tradition. He, in fact, celebrated COVID with armed personnel in Rajasthan, Jaisalmer. And in fact, in 2014, when he became Prime Minister, he celebrated Diwali in Siachen Glacier. Obviously, a message that he wanted every Indian Army Jawan to know that the political dispensation of the country is also with the armed forces, and there is no...
Well, he's been saying it is because of your valor and dedication and dreams that the whole world looks up to India with respect. It is not only because of the uniform, but the character of the armed forces as well. Pradeep Datta also joining in. Pradeep, the Prime Minister once again celebrating Diwali with our Jawans.
Yes, Prime Minister has set this tradition when in 2014 he took the reins of the power in hand. That was the first time he celebrated Diwali with the Jawans in Siachen area. Since then we have seen that every year he is continuing with that tradition, and 5 times he had been in Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and this time he chose Lepcha. That's in the Lahol Spiti area in Himachal Pradesh, where he will be celebrating the Diwali with the soldiers. So he is sending a message loud and clear that you are not alone. The whole country is with you, and that's one of the reasons the Prime Minister, instead of celebrating Diwali in the close confines of his Delhi residence, he's choosing to come among the soldiers because they are the one who are taking bullets from their body. They are the one, whether it's a counter-terror operation, whether it's guarding frontiers of the country. They are just so many hundreds of kilometers away from their family members. So he's making them feel important and also trying to tell them that how important you are for the Prime Minister as well as for the people of the country. Because if you are there for the guarding the frontiers of the country, the whole nation is with you at this juncture when you are away from the family. So you should not feel alone. So it's a very important message that Prime Minister is sending. And also a message to the enemy also, that if you are going to mess up with the Indian Army or Indian forces, you are going to get them back. And we have already seen that how Prime Minister has shown the willpower, the political will after the Pulwama bombing as well as after the Uri attack. So it's a very strong message that instead of celebrating Diwali in the close confines in the Delhi residence, he is chosen once again.
Well, the Prime Minister says that the entire country is his parivar, but of course, when it comes to a special position in his heart that he has for the Jawans, for our brave soldiers, and this is a tradition that has been continuing of late as far as in the 10 years that he's been the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh meeting the Jawans there.